Whenever you come across this tarot reading, there is someone that is super attracted to you, even physically. We do have blossoming abundance, angel of love. We have beauty, charming, graceful, kind-hearted, intimacy, bonding, sensual, confiding, and only you. Now, for some of you, if you are wondering if someone is talking to other people, they're truly only focused on you. All right. And then if this person is coming into your life, again, you could be any zodiac sign. The reading is general and timeless. They're either going to they're going to be a provider, or you're going to make money with them with blossoming abundance. All right. This feels like a happy, healthy, sensual relationship here. Okay. Because this person's also very physically attracted to you. All right. Now, what do we have for the collective today? Now, again, remember the reading is general and timeless. If you would like a personal tarot reading, private one-on-one session with me, Akashic Records, or to check out our Master Key Mastermind in July, check out that box below. For the collective today, for all signs, why do we have beauty, intimacy, only you, blossoming abundance, and angel of love? Why the King of Wands for blossoming abundance and angel of love? Why the King of Wands and the Two of Cups for intimacy? Okay, somebody may want to get married. You know the song Let's Get Married? Let's get married. What is it? I forgot who it's by. Anyways, this is like the Let's Get Married song. Now they call her the preacher's wife. Or either way, vice versa rather. There might be an Aries, Leo, Sag that has their eye on you. Why the King of Wands here for blossoming abundance and angel of love? Why the King of Wands and the... Ooh, are they fighting over you? Why King of Wands, Five of Wands, and the Empress? Why King of Wands, Five of Wands, and the Empress? Why the Two of Cups here? Why the Two of Cups for beauty, intimacy, only you? Why the Four of Wands for beauty, intimacy, and only you? They truly want only you. Okay, you truly have someone here who is coming in. This is someone who's going to be honest. All right. They're going to fight for you, but not in a toxic way. It's interesting, this reading. Like, you know how I want someone to fight for me, but oftentimes that could be toxic, right? Bonnie and Clyde isn't always so healthy, But here's the thing here. You and this person, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, we also have Libra energy. This person will fight battles for you. More of whatever gets in the way of you seeing one another in truth. I'm seeing two third eyes looking at one another. Whatever gets in the way of conflict, of us remaining in the truth together, you'll clear out the conflict. That person will fight for you in that sense. Why the Five of Wands between the Empress and the King of Wands? How does a relationship last? I'm not giving the advice, I'm just reading it here, but from your tarot reader, how do relationships last? Loyal, finishing what you start. What gets in the way of relationships, right? Fear, traumas, anxieties, the past. Anxiety only comes from the past. That's often what gets in the ways, right? And starts to conflicts. Things like jealousy, things like fear, anxiety, traumas, right? That are, I almost want to say like lying to us, right? And by that, I mean, say, I'll give this example. Say you're in a new relationship and that person hasn't responded to you for 8 hours. Your body may immediately go to anxiety, to the past of, oh, this has happened to me before and this is going to happen again. But what if it doesn't? That's what this reading is. This person would fight of what comes in the way between you and them. They're not going to fight you. They'd even slay within. Like, this is someone who wants to take the time to understand you. This is someone who would want to, like, I'm hearing mapping. They would even want to map your body. okay? But like they want to map your soul here. This is someone who they are in their truth. And perhaps you're in your truth or coming into your truth, which is even how you manifested this person, how this person came into your life. Now, why the Two of Cups here? Why the Two of Cups with the Knight of... Oh, Jesus Christ. Whoever you are watching this, I am happy for you, spiritual bestie. 10 of Pentacles is the truth here. 10 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, the Ace of Swords. Love, wealth, good health, joy, peace, and then all of it all over again. You know, for some of you, you truly have someone that they love you in the spiritual and the material. Where I almost want to use the words, there's nothing you can do to not make them love you, you know, because that's not always true. But I will say, it would only reflect your own self-love because you're perfect in this person's eyes. There's no one, it says there's no one like you. You know, I'm hearing the song Beautiful Soul by Jesse McCartney. I don't want another pretty face. I don't want just anyone to hold. I don't want my love to go to waste. I want you and your beautiful soul. Yeah, you have somehow, now this person could be coming in or they're already in your life. This is something that can lead to marriage. You know, this is a love that can withstand, and I want to say almost anything. Truthfully. This is someone that you can grow old and age with, and they will still be physically attracted to you. Not like, you know, the fear that comes in romantic relationships of what happens when I get old, or if there's someone else, or this or that. No, this person loves your soul, and they're going to love your body as well, no matter what. Like, this is the love of a lifetime over here. Like, this is the kind of love that they talk about. Why the Knight of Cups and the Four of Wands? It requires a healthy love, requires your work. The Hangman, the Eight of Pentacles. Why the Hanged Man here for the Knight of Cups and then the Four of Wands? Now for some of you, there might be some sort of shift and change coming into the relationship. Why the Five of Coins and the Four of Coins for the Hanged Man? Now, for some of you, there might be a financial clearing as you come into this relationship. I almost want to say like that's the whole point. And it's not that that's the whole point here. But we do have the Hangman. The Four of Wands is marriage. The Hierophant is also marriage. Ace of Wands. Destruction. And by that, I mean, you know, like when you get married, right? When you say even start to have children, things like that, things change. Why do we have the Eight of Coins for the Hangman here? Your life is going to change positively, and you're going to make great money, wealth, and prosperity. Why the Eight of Cups over here? Now, for some of you, what I'm seeing here is there's a financial shift. 10 of Wands over here. Overload, overburden. Why the 10 of Wands for this financial shift? You know, this reading is coming through because for some of you, you found your person. You and your person may actually be going through a big transformation together. There's something about someone losing their... something about finances here. Why the Queen of Pentacles and the Tower card? The High Priestess. You know, for some of you, what I'm seeing is you meet someone, you establish a foundation. It feels like at some point you guys are like, say, for some of you, like a joint business, something along those lines. Why the Tower card with the High Priestess? The Hermit card, the Lover's card. You're in a high vibrational connection. You are watching this because you are in a connection that is not tethered to material. It's tethered to the soul. Now, for some of you in your marriage or partnership, this could be past, present, or future, where you've already been with this person or they're coming in. I will say it's the love of a lifetime, but then it kind of awakens you at some point. It's the love of a lifetime. We have Page of Pentacles. Everything was great right at first. They're like filling, you know, like all the parts of you, etc. 10 of Pentacles, great. What happens when it's like not great? That's what I'm seeing here. You are watching this because you were doing very well with like a soulmate, a marriage, a partnership, and then there was a lot of destruction. And that's why you're watching this. However, what you need to know is you and this person, you and this marriage or soulmate, you are meant to... You're meant and you're destined to continuously evolve and ascend. You could get this 10 of Pentacles back. You know, there's couples all the time that build something and then something happens. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. Why the Hermit card and the Lover's card? And why Judgment? Oh no. For some of you, it's interesting here. Now this is a soulmate. This reading is very interesting. You have the love of a lifetime. For some of you, I see a divorce. I see a breakup. I see that you guys become friends. Why Judgment with the 3 of Cups? King of Pentacles. It does say security. It's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, friendship, judgment. Why the 8 of Swords and the 9 of Pentacles here? Why the 8 of Swords and the 9 of Pentacles? It's interesting for some of you. And then the Sun card. All right, you're watching this video because you actually, not to say you wouldn't have a greater, higher, or happier love. You did have the love of a lifetime here, is like what I'm seeing. This truly was it. However, this person also loves you so much, like on a soul level. And it's interesting here, right? Till death do us part in marriage. Your souls love one another here. Like your soul loves this person loves your soul. And I do see that things turn out to just be friendship here. We're going to grab these oracle cards. For the collective, why do we have Judgment, 3 of Cups, and the King of Pentacles? Judgment, King of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. Deja vu, memories, free-spirited, possibility, adventure, risk. You guys have so much memories together. However, for some of you, it really feels like it was the end of the wheel between you and someone else in a partnership or a marriage. Like it was truly the end of the wheel. Look at that. Beginnings, try again, start over, new direction. You had a lot of history with them. Deja vu memories. We have possibilities. Why Judgment, 3 of Cups, and the King of Pentacles? Why Judgment, King of Cups, and we do have telepathy. And then divine intervention, protected aura. And then we do have dating, okay? Now for some of you, it definitely feels like this reading that was coming through as in more of, yeah, you did have the love of a lifetime. And it's also not to say that you won't have the love of a lifetime again. You can very well have this again in a higher, happier, different, unique way. Every relationship is different. You can't compare them. With telepathy and protected aura and spirit, why do we have Telepathy, protected aura and spirit for Judgment, Three of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. Why telepathy and divine intervention for Judgment, Three of Cups? Now, it's interesting. You might have, look at that proposal. You and this look at that friendship. You love one another. And when this is true love, but it's such true love where you really could be friends or best friends. And it may even seem weird to other people. Now, boundaries, I don't know. This is your story. This is your, I don't know what this is, collective, spiritual bestie. So tell me what it is. But this is someone that it's like, no, I love you so much that I can either not be friends with you. I could never see you again in my life. I could just be your friend. And that's okay. There's a second chance. It says reconciliation, making amends. For some of you, you used to be in a partnership with someone. I'm seeing partnership, really romance and marriage. You may somehow become friends with them or at least make amends. Because we do have surprise, something's happening. There's some sort of judgment call, though. And this is divine judgment. Why do we have judgment here for the collective? Whoa, judgment on your marriage. It says marriage here. Why judgment and the Ten of Cups? I love this. I have chills all over my body. God is saying, don't throw that person away. That person's your soulmate. It didn't work out with marriage, but you guys have a different story, you and this person. For some of you, you may continue to work with one another. It says potential for abundance, and then the Ten of Cups here. For some of you, you're destined to work with one another or to continue working, say, on a business where, and I know it's like, okay, with my ex-husband, my ex-wife, my ex, it actually shows in this reading. It's divine judgment and intervention. Remember how I said at the beginning of the reading, you guys will fight your own egos for one another? It's interesting here. Now, most tarot readers, even this tarot reader, I will probably tell you, it's not the best idea, to continue being friends with your ex or this or that. But there's something here about God's judgment. It's God's judgment that you guys are actually not meant to be apart. Your souls are too powerful together. Your souls can do way too much for the crystal grids, for your community, for the world together. And so despite some sort of very negative change happening in your marriage or relationship, you're watching this video because it's actually, you guys are actually meant to stay together. It is just going to evolve and change the boundaries of your relationship. And that's actually what I'm seeing in this reading, where you're actually still killing each other's egos here. Ten of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles here, where it's the kind of thing that I won't say you couldn't separate even if you wanted to. It's free will. But I will say God's will is always going to be there. And it's interesting. This soul contract, I'm seeing it crystallized. Now, what is the advice for this reading? For beauty, intimacy, and only you. What is the advice? And why Seven of Swords? Why the Seven of Swords here for advice? It's interesting. Why Seven of Swords and the Three of Pentacles for advice? And then why Queen of Swords for advice here? Why the Queen of Swords for advice? It's very interesting here that even say I as a tarot reader, or maybe other tarot readers too, I wouldn't usually say, or I would probably say, if an ex is an ex, they should stay an ex, It's very interesting here. Self-sabotage, self-sacrifice, self-sabotaging, walking away. For some of you, it is very important to have boundaries here. But why Queen of Swords and the Five of Swords for advice? It's interesting here. It's almost saying in this reading collective, that you could have missed out on an opportunity by not getting through like the healing, by not getting through the boundaries. It's not the tarot reader. I think a lot of other tarot readers are usually going to say of like, it's very interesting. God's judgment is coming through of like, bam, bam, these two souls are way too powerful together. This reading is actually saying that, and again, this is going to be for someone, this is a very specific reading. So it's going to be for someone specific out there. This is not a usual reading. Kind of defies all odds. It feels like your relationship or marriage did too. If you walk away from this person, like if you don't learn how to set the boundaries, this or that, a part of you and probably this person is like, well, I don't want to seem like I'm cheating. That's just honestly what's coming through here. Both of you do have integrity. Both of you feel the same way. Is there a little bit of self-sabotage here of like not wanting to mess up, ringing in my left ear as I say that? Why the Nine of Wands for advice? This is you trying to hold on. It feels like at some point someone got worried about cheating here. It's interesting. Someone's like, no, I got to be conscious. I got to be, but you were never doing anything. Emotional intelligence. And so what I do see here is actually you guys are meant and destined to still work with one another. It's interesting here. There's a fear, though, of like, I want to be a good person. I don't want to seem like I'm cheating. I don't want to seem like I'm doing risky behavior. I don't want to seem like I have a lack of conscience. You don't. This reading actually kind of makes me want to cry, where God is seeing you and this person's innocence here. You and this person do not wish, like, you guys are not being sneaky. You're not together as in like, ooh, we're going to do something. And I want to be honest with you, for some of you, or at least for most of you reading this, you definitely, like, I'm seeing partnership marriage. There was definitely a bond here, some form of intimacy. But I will be honest in this reading, you and this person, even if you both were to stay friends or to work with one another, there's no part of you that is being sneaky, that it has hidden intentions. There's no part of you that sneakily or them wants to get back together. I'm seeing actually that this could have been a missed opportunity. Again, for the people in the comments, this is a very specific reading, so if it doesn't resonate with you, then it may not be your reading. Why Queen of Swords, Ace of Cups, and why Ace of Cups, Five of Swords, and the Queen of Swords for advice? Page of Cups, intuition, and then we do have the Emperor. Page of Cups also represents sensitive, naivety, etc. You're like trying to do the right thing here, and this person is too, but I will say there's absolutely neither one of you are doing anything wrong or have hidden or bad intentions. And so the things that may be keeping you from like being friends with them or even working with them, and it really more feels like a lack of conscience. Maybe some of you're trying to move on. Maybe you're dating again. Whatever it may be. Spirit's actually asking you to approach it a little bit differently. With the Emperor card over here, it's power, it's protection, it's authority. Why Page of Cups and the Emperor for the Five of Swords and the Queen of Swords? Yeah, for some of you, it says regret. Where? Yeah, and then choice. Now, for some of you, it could have been more emotions, again, like a lack of conscious emotions of like, but I don't want to seem like I'm trying anything. I don't want anyone to think anything. I don't even want them to think anything. It actually shows that you and or this person could have self-sabotaged a beautiful opportunity. You guys do well together and have done well together. All right, so this is interesting. That's what I have for you. I do hope that it resonates. Now, what do we have for the collective on beauty, intimacy, and only you? Finding the truth and broken. And then dating. You know, we talk about mirrors, right? Looking into mirrors, broken mirrors. That's what I'm seeing here. Finding the truth, confirmation, validation. Where, you know, again, you both are maybe thinking things of like, I shouldn't be doing this, but I have good intentions. I don't want this person to think anything. I don't want anyone to think anything. You were in the truth. This person was also in the truth too. And that's the truth. What is closing advice? Awareness and depth. Now it does say coffee date, meeting up, planning discussions, dating multiple people. So this could also be coming up. We do have running away. You know, maybe both you and your ex, you know, past, present, or future, are at the point of dating other people, you know, of whatever it may be. You could expect maybe a call, a meeting, you know, maybe you are dating other people and they are too. But the depth of this connection, you know, and like you know, this reading is going to be for you if it's for you. It says awareness, importance, and value. Yeah, being mindful. This might be an ex that doesn't stay an ex. There can definitely be a lot of emotions. I think just clear communication can really help in this situation if it resonates with you. All right, so that's what I have for you. I do hope that it resonates in a positive way. I'm sending you all so much love and so many blessings to your day.